this though, even though I don't drink at all. Sometimes I wonder how I'd ever make it through. Here I lay all alone. I received a letter, but there was no address. See, turn your heart around, never let you down. And sometimes it seems like this whole world's closing in on me. Longing for some of yours, but something that I was feeling said open it. Baby, you are my Cinderella. Sometimes I wanna give up, wanna give in. I'm waiting for the right. It took me a minute to wake up and see. Ain't no need to worry, 'cause I won't hurt you. When I see you smile, and my happiness is you. Are you down? Are you down? Can you feel I can do anything? Baby, I surrender. I don't ever wanna see you. Hear ye, hear ye. Uncle Sam.
What if I told you one of the biggest R&B ballads of the late 90s came from a guy the music industry practically erased overnight? Uncle Sam had a platinum single, a gold album, the backing of Boyz II Men, then disappeared like he never existed. No follow-up hit, no farewell tour, just gone. So, what happened? Was he blackballed? Did his label bury him on purpose? Or did Uncle Sam walk away before the industry could chew him up completely? Because the truth is, his story isn't just about one hit. It's about contracts, betrayal, and a comeback no one's paying attention to. And yeah, there are receipts. Let's talk about what really happened to Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam, real name Sam Turner, was born in Detroit, the same city that gave us Motown royalty. He got his big break in the mid-90s when Boyz II Men signed him to their imprint under Epic Records. In 1997, he dropped I Don't Ever Want to See You Again, and boom, it exploded. The song went platinum, the album went gold, and suddenly, this soft-spoken guy with a gospel background was the voice of heartbreak on every radio station in America. But just as fast as he rose, he vanished. Now here's where it gets weird. You'd think after a platinum single and a gold album, Uncle Sam would have been groomed to be the next big R&B staple. But nope. Instead of riding the momentum, Epic Records hit the brakes, and we mean hard. Behind the scenes, Sam was caught in a power triangle. Boyz II Men's new label imprint was hot, but untested. Epic Records was calling the real shots. And somewhere in between, Uncle Sam got lost in the shuffle. There were whispers that he was difficult to manage. Code for he wasn't a puppet. Some insiders claim Epic didn't think he had star power outside of that one hit. Others say the budget dried up after the initial push, and Sam wasn't industry savvy enough to fight for a second shot. Add to that a few unconfirmed reports that he clashed with execs over creative control. And let's be real, that's industry speak for he wouldn't play the game. His name stopped showing up on tour lineups. His second single barely charted, and the same industry that celebrated his voice ghosted him. But that wasn't even the wildest part. Because what happened next made people start whispering if Uncle Sam got set up to disappear. Here's the thing nobody wants to say out loud. Uncle Sam was never meant to win long term. He was the perfect storm, a gospel-trained voice, a gut-wrenching song written by Nathan Morris of Boyz II Men, and a look that fit the 90s clean-cut R&B mold. But when the label got what they wanted, a hit, they moved on. Think about it. I Don't Ever Want to See You Again was a breakup anthem that sounded like it came straight from the soul. But it wasn't even written by Uncle Sam. Nathan Morris wrote and produced it. Sam was more of a vehicle. So when it came time to build an actual career, there wasn't a plan. There was a product. And the product had already been sold. This happens all the time in the industry. An artist blows up off one song, but behind the scenes, the business wasn't built to last. Some say he was too independent-minded. Others say he lacked the right team around him. But maybe, just maybe, they never expected him to have staying power. Because when you're not the writer, not the producer, and you're not plugged into the machine, you're disposable. And the machine used him, made their money, and threw him back into silence. Here's where things start to smell funny. Because when people started asking why Uncle Sam never dropped another major project, the answers got real shady, real fast. Let's talk about money. That platinum single? Rumor has it Uncle Sam saw a fraction of what he should have earned. Since Nathan Morris wrote and produced the song, the bulk of the publishing royalties went straight to him, not Sam. And if you know anything about the music industry, you know whoever owns the pen owns the check. Now imagine being the face of a smash hit, but not the owner. No writing credits, no production credits, and no real leverage with the label. That's a recipe for being sidelined. There's also a whisper network online, old forums, interviews, fan comments, suggesting that Sam may have tried to renegotiate or speak up about unfair splits. And if that's true, that's exactly how artists end up blackballed. One executive hears you're a problem, and suddenly the next meeting gets rescheduled, your budget gets delayed, and the momentum is gone. Even crazier, some fans believe Sam wasn't even supposed to be the face of the song, that he was the safe bet to test Boyz II Men's new label, kind of like a placeholder. And once the test was done, so was the support. Whether or not that's true, the numbers don't lie. His debut album came, charted, and then silence. No second album, no label push, no drama in the press, just radio silence. And what happened next? That's where the conspiracies really start to pile up. Okay, so let's entertain the theory. What if Uncle Sam chose to disappear? Some fans believe the industry didn't just fail him, it broke him. Between getting shortchanged, being pushed aside, and possibly being used as a test artist for Boyz II Men's new label, it's not hard to imagine why someone would walk away, quietly, deliberately. And here's the kicker. He didn't go off the grid completely. Over the years, Uncle Sam would pop up in indie interviews and local performances. He re-emerged with a song called Free and gave small clues that he was still recording, on his own terms. But this wasn't a flashy comeback. No promo runs, no big interviews, no I'm back post on BET. It felt more like, I'm still here, but I'm not chasing the machine anymore. Some people even speculated that he turned to religion full time. In fact, his Instagram over the years has leaned heavily into spiritual themes, and he's been spotted performing at church-related events, which, by the way, totally tracks with his gospel background. So maybe the industry didn't just discard him, maybe it was mutual. Maybe Uncle Sam saw what the game really was and tapped out before it could completely chew him up. But if you're wondering what happened to the voice, the artist, the man who sang every syllable like he was bleeding, well, he's still out there. He just never came back to our side of the spotlight. Fast forward to 2025 and Uncle Sam is still alive, 54 years old, living life mostly off radar. His official net worth is pegged at about $3 million, according to celebrity finance trackers, thanks to that platinum hit, gold album, and a few indie revenue streams. But that fortune is more modest than headline making. It's the outcome of one massive splash, not a long, uninterrupted wave. Today, he's not headlining stadiums, but he hasn't disappeared either. He's been spotted performing locally, Detroit area events and church gigs, dropping indie singles like Free, and leaning into his spiritual side, reminding everyone of a gospel-trained artist refusing to be groomed by pop culture's factory lines. No mega-label comeback, no glossy interviews, just Sam Turner, an R&B voice who chose serenity over stardom, control over chaos. He's building quietly now, likely balancing music with mentorship or ministry and keeping his artistry real. At the end of the day, Uncle Sam isn't just a one-hit wonder. He's a one-hit warning. His voice was undeniable. His hit was everywhere. But behind the scenes, it was a messy cocktail of label politics, publishing traps, and an artist who refused to play puppet. And maybe that's the real reason he disappeared. Because Uncle Sam was never built for the smoke and mirrors of the music machine. He didn't have the marketing gimmicks, the scandalous headlines, or the industry handler keeping him on brand. What he did have was a voice that cut deep. And maybe that was too real for the game. In 2025, he's still here. Just not where most people are looking. Still making music, still standing on faith, and still proving that even if the machine discards you, the art never dies. So the next time someone calls him a ghost of the 90s, just remind them, ghosts don't sing like that.